Motherhood is a blessing and it should not be taken lightly. You are within your right to decide when is the best time for you and to also decide, do I feel adequately prepared to bring forth a child into this world? Understanding that that child is not something that you hand back when you're tired or when you're just not up for it or whenever you wake up in a bad mood. You should not feel pressured into bringing a child into the world that you yourself did not want. It is okay for you to think, I want to explore these professional interests before I start a family. It is absolutely okay. If God, who created us all, gave us choices, then why do people feel as if they can tell us what to do, when to do? Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rowena. If you're not new here, thank you so much for coming. Now this will be another episode of RoRo Speaks. And on RoRo Speaks, we address different topics and I give my opinion on them. Now, if you're interested in today's topic, which you will see in the description below, then keep on watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe, hit the like button, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It is the 13th of May and yesterday would have been the 12th of May. Now, on the 12th of May, a lot of countries in the world celebrated Mother's Day. You know, in the UK it's a bit different because Mother's Day is in a whole different month and stuff. But if you're from the Caribbean, Americas and so forth, like, you celebrated Mother's Day yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are watching, whether you're biological or not. I was watching a video last night and it prompted me this morning to create the first ever RoRo Speaks episodes of the year. Yes, we're in May and this is the first RoRo Speaks episodes of the year. But the video prompted me to create it because I thought, let's address something. Let's speak on something that maybe is not well spoken about, or maybe it's like a thing that people have gotten accustomed to accommodating when it shouldn't be, right? The pressure that women face to get a child, especially after you've just recently got married. I remember when we were about to get married, like, people came and they're like, bro, make sure they'll get baby, da, 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 da. I cannot say I felt pressured or I feel pressured. Even now, listen, and people come to me and say they want twin. Everybody, twin. I really don't feel pressured. I don't take offense by it. I have a mentality where if I don't want to do something yet, like, nobody can get me to do it, right? That's just the mentality I have. So I will laugh about it. I will say, all right, go on, wait now. Or me say, okay, when you transfer 1 million to my account to take care of these kids, then I will have the kids, you know what I mean? So, like, I'll give it back to people who ask me. But there are some people who are not like that. Once there was engagement and stuff, like, that's when we started getting more comments on, oh, make sure, you know, everything is in order for the baby to come because you're married enough so you have kids, right? In my head, at least, I don't believe people say it maliciously. I believe that that's the natural progression. So people think, okay, you get married now, so soon after that you're going to settle down. That's what they use, settle down and, you know, have kids and so forth. And especially with the cultural background from which I am, I know that that's something that people will say to you even when they're not, like, close to you, because, you know, usually there are some topics that they say don't talk to people about because you don't know certain circumstances, and it's just common etiquette, right? So you don't speak to certain people about it. But from the culture we're from the Caribbean, and more specifically from Jamaican culture, and I'm sure there are other cultures out there, like, people will say to you, especially older people will say to you, right? So sometimes you just, like, kind of brush it away. But let's talk about it today. Let's deep dive into it and address it. Yesterday was Mother's Day, right? I am aware, based on the video that I watched last night, that there are some people who do not have that luxury and who actually get pressured into it. Don't get me wrong, I will get comments and saying, oh, when is the baby coming? But I don't feel pressure from it. I will be real with you. Because I'm pretty sure my in-laws, I know that they would be happy if I said to them right now, I am pregnant. You know what I mean? And my mom would be happy. People are, you know, I called my brother yesterday because it was his birthday, and so we had a siblings family call, and they were like, oh, so Ro, when am I gonna get to say happy Mother's Day to you? Stuff like that is not pressure for me at the moment. I just laughed at him and like, okay, cool. Did you not just get to tell all my other sisters happy Mother's Day? That's what I said to him, right? But there are other people though who are really going through pressure, you know. I've been hearing like people's story where they've gone to have kids when they weren't ready. They didn't want the kids, they just had it because they were being pressured to have the kids. And they were not financially ready. They were not emotionally ready. Relationship wise, they weren't in a good space. They didn't have the adequate resources to foster a child in the way that a child should grow. And then there are others now who they may be trying to have kids and are not able to because of medical reasons that, unbeknownst to others, people externally out there who are applying this pressure, and they're now feeling like less than. They're now feeling as if I am less than a woman because I'm unable to have kids. And then that then completely depletes their self-esteem. And then you have those people who are just being pressured into it, and it's just not something that they're ready for yet. Guys, motherhood, it is indeed a wonderful honor and a blessing to be able to bring life. Don't take it lightly. Don't do it because someone's pressuring you into doing it. Don't do it because you feel that this is just what I need to do next now. No. The ability to bring life is a blessing. But with that ability comes great responsibility. You don't bring a child here and leave that child to fend for itself. If you're not in a position yet to bring a child into the world and for that child to be sufficiently catered and cared for, nurtured, nourished, and all of the above, don't do it. It is not only unfair to you, but it's unfair to that child who will be brought into the world. They don't have a choice in the matter. So for you to bring a child into a space where they won't be adequately catered to and for, and there's no love, no. To the woman, you are not just defined by your ability to bring kids or to have kids. You're so much more than that. Don't get me wrong, that is a part of you, and it's a beautiful part too, because nothing that God made and nothing that God intended is ugly or is wrong. It is beautiful to be able to have kids and bring life. But do not do it out of pressure, and do not feel less than if you don't yet have kids and you are above certain age, because at certain age society pressures you into thinking, oh, you're running out of time. You are defined so much more than just the ability. That's just one facet of you. To women who probably yesterday was hard for you because you're at the age now you're unable to have kids, or you're just not there yet. Please, I know it's so easy for me to say it. I don't have that pain personally, but man, when I listen to some of the experiences women have gone through, and where people are calling them mules, like derogatory terms and things that make them feel less than, and when they're older and they're not yet married, or if they're married and not yet have kids, and I'm just like, wow, women go through a lot. I just want to do this short video to say you are much more than your ability to bring kids. If you brought kids already and you're a mother, absolutely amazing. I won't make it seem less than, because it actually is amazing to bring life, and that's a blessing. However, if you've not yet turned a mother, or if you're not able to for whatever medical reasons, that alone does not define who you are. God made you, and He made you beautiful. All right? Please don't let external things and people who do not even have an impact on your life make you feel less than. And even if people who have an impact on your life are making you feel less than, understand and know within yourself that God made you absolutely beautiful and perfect. Also, you don't have to have a kid biologically to be a mother. Mother means nurturing, right? You can nurture for people and still not have had your own child physically. Appreciate that, and appreciate that you are beautiful. Don't feel pressured. Let them talk, just make sure that whatever you're doing, do it for yourself and your baby. Do it for the best, okay? And I understand that things happen, and sometimes even when you didn't plan for stuff, it happened. But just make sure, as best as you are able to, that you're in a position that if a child should come, that child will be catered to and taken for. Don't feel pressured by societal this and that. You do you. It is your ovary, it is your womb, and it is your body. God gave you control over that. And if God, who created everything and who is omnipotent, can give us choice, nobody should be pressuring you because God gave you a choice, okay? I hope today there's a message connects with somebody and somebody can resonate with this and feel a little better about themselves. Because when I watched that video last night, I thought, oh my gosh, a day that's meant to be celebrated with love. It's Mother's Day, a day that's meant to be happy and celebrated with love. Some people are really going through it because of the pressures that they're facing. It is not okay. And if you're someone who's pressuring people into doing this, and your pressure might simply be saying, oh, where's the baby? Why haven't you had a baby yet? Okay, so when you're gonna bring the baby? In your head, it might not be anything, but for somebody else, it could be really big. And especially if you are going through something where you may physically not be able to bring kids, or you've been trying and it's not been working. So it's, there are different points why people can take offense to something, and the fact is we don't know. And if we don't know, let's just not create that burden and the extra pressure for them. Some people feel pressured into this, and so for some people, Mother's Day especially was really hard for them. And that is so sad, because Mother's Day should be a day of just love and appreciation and happiness for your mothers. But then when there are people out there who are being told, oh, you should be a mother too, why am I not saying Mother's Day to you? It can get them down. There are so many people in this world that are emotionally damaged and all these things. Why? Because parents weren't there for them, or they had to go through stuff because the parents weren't in a position to give them the best care that they needed, and so many different things, abuse, and it could have been prevented had they been in a better place. Some of these parents didn't even want the kids. It really is sad. And then we don't understand why so many people have issues nowadays, because we have to look into their childhood. What have they gone through? What happened? Did they feel rejected? Did they feel loved? Did they understand that they could express their emotions, or were they told to bottle it all up? There are so many different things that comes with motherhood and being a parent overall. Not just motherhood, big other fathers as well. But I'm talking more specifically to the women, because right now the video that I saw prompted me to do this video for women. Be strong enough in yourself to know what you want. Prepare with your partner as well. Decide when is a good time for you both, and be realistic. Also, always approach life understanding that things may happen. Things may not always go to plan, but try your best to be in a position where you're able to take care of that child. That life that you bring into this world is innocent. They should not have to suffer because of our lack of planning, or because we were forced into something we did not want to do. Too often I hear women complain about this, and I think, especially yesterday when it was meant to be such a good day, Mother's Day, when I saw women who have been through it, who have been going through it, and who are still going through it, I just thought, pause, and I said, let me create a video. And if this reaches one person, that causes that person to pause and think before you ask or before you say something, I would have done something good. If you are one who you said a comment to somebody who is probably just recently married, or been in a marriage from time, and you're not to them with kids, you don't know what's happening. You don't know if they can carry kids, or the male counterpart can even give, you know what I mean? So just be careful what you say, and just appreciate people for who they are. And if they're to bring forth a child, make sure that you show the same amount of enthusiasm as you just yapping and saying, oh, bring this, and you're not gonna financially provide any assistance. Then what is your purpose? Put your money where your mouth is. If you want people to be having kids, make sure that if they say, hey, would you be able to support me on this, that you will be as ready to support when they need it. Ensure that you're preparing the next generation to be even better than our generation. Let's not make the same mistakes our parents made, or our parents made. Let's not do that. Let's try to be different. Let's try to ensure that for the future generations to come, they will be set up in a way that they can do better than us. So, in order to do that, first, let's make sure that you are sure and ready when you want to have a kid. And to my people who are still waiting on my baby, but go and wait here. Later.